Before the story begins, imagine this. What if a child entered the world already hated by a goddess? What if the strongest hero in mythology was never truly blessed by the gods? And what if the greatest enemy in his life was not a monster or a king, but his own mind? This is the story of Hercules. Not just a hero, not just a warrior, but a man shaped by jealousy, loss, guilt, and fate. Hercules, known to many as Hercules, is the most famous hero of ancient Greece. Yet his story does not begin with glory. It begins with betrayal. Zeus, king of the gods, ruled the heavens with absolute power. He was admired, feared, and impossible to control. But despite his authority, Zeus had one weakness that constantly followed him: his desire for mortal women. And few women were said to be as beautiful as Alcmene. She was admired for her beauty, intelligence, and loyalty. She was already married to Amphitryon, a respected warrior. But beauty often attracts dangerous attention, especially from a god. One night, while Amphitryon was away, Zeus made his move. He disguised himself as Alcmene's husband. He borrowed another man's face, another man's voice, another man's identity. When he arrived, Alcmene believed she was welcoming home the man she loved. She had no reason to doubt him, but it was not Amphitryon standing before her. It was Zeus. From that deception, a child was conceived. And Hera knew. For Hera, this was not simply another affair. She had spent centuries watching Zeus betray her. Mortal women, hidden children, endless humiliation. She had tolerated it again and again. But this child felt different. He would not remain hidden. He would carry Zeus's blood, and one day the world would remember his name. Before Heracles even took his first breath, Hera already hated him. His life began beneath the shadow of divine jealousy. When Heracles was born, it became clear that no ordinary life belonged to him. His existence itself was a reminder of Zeus's betrayal. Alcmene knew Hera's anger. She understood what the queen of the gods was capable of. Terrified for her child, she made an impossible decision. She abandoned him. Soon after his birth, she left the infant alone in a deserted field. Not because she did not love him, but because she believed abandonment might be kinder than Hera's revenge. She surrendered him to fate, but fate was not finished with him. Athena happened to pass by. Unlike Hera, Athena saw something worth protecting. She picked up the helpless child and carried him to Olympus. And then something unexpected happened. Athena placed the infant directly into Hera's arms. The irony was almost cruel. Without realizing who he truly was, Hera held the child she hated most, and she nursed him. For a brief moment, the goddess unknowingly gave power to her enemy. But even as a newborn, Heracles revealed something extraordinary. His strength was already unnatural. As Hera held him, he fed with such force that it caused her pain. Startled and furious, she pushed him away, but it was too late. That brief contact changed everything. From that moment forward, Heracles carried something beyond ordinary humanity. He was no longer only the son of Zeus. He had been touched by the divine. Hera's hatred did not disappear. If anything, it grew stronger. Not long after, she sent 2 venomous snakes into Alcmene's chamber. The night was silent, the world asleep. The serpents moved slowly across the floor. They slid toward the cradle. Any ordinary child would have died. But Heracles was not ordinary. Still an infant, he reached out with his tiny hands. He grabbed both snakes and strangled them. When morning came, servants rushed into the room. They froze in horror. Inside the cradle lay a child holding 2 lifeless serpents. It was the first undeniable sign that his life would never belong to the ordinary world. As the years passed, Heracles' strength became impossible to ignore. Stories spread quickly. He trained with the finest teachers in Greece. He learned warfare, archery, chariot driving, and music. He was intelligent, quick to learn, naturally gifted. But beneath that discipline, something dangerous lived inside him, a temper, a force that appeared without warning. One day, during a music lesson, his teacher, Linus, struck him. Something inside Heracles snapped. In a burst of rage, he hit Linus with a lyre. The blow killed him instantly. The room fell silent. And suddenly, everyone understood something terrifying. His strength was not simply impressive, it was dangerous. Afraid of what he might become, Amphitryon sent him away from the city. Far from crowds, far from conflict, far from temptation. Heracles spent years in the mountains living among shepherds. The quiet changed him. Nature shaped him. Distance shaped him. Solitude shaped him. These years hardened both his body and his spirit. By the age of 18, he was known throughout Greece for his unmatched strength and striking appearance. But his greatest challenge would not come from battle. It would come from choice. One day, wandering deep into the wilderness, Heracles encountered two women. One was beautiful, elegant, and persuasive. She promised comfort, pleasure, and an easy life. The other was calm, disciplined, and modest. She offered effort, hardship, and honor. One path promised happiness without struggle. The other demanded sacrifice. Heracles stood between them for a long time. One choice offered peace. The other offered meaning. And after a long silence, he chose the harder path. That decision defined him. Soon after, his first true trial arrived. A savage lion terrorized Mount Kithaeron. Villages lived in fear. Hunters failed to stop it. No one wanted to face it. Heracles went alone. He climbed the mountain and searched for the beast. When he finally found it, the battle was brutal. There were no witnesses, no audience, only man against animal. After a violent struggle, he killed the lion with his bare hands. This was more than victory. It was proof. Proof that he could survive what others feared. Proof that his choice had meaning. He wore the lion's skin over his shoulders. Its head became a helmet. From that moment, he no longer looked like an ordinary man. He looked like something larger, something legendary. But darker things waited ahead. As Heracles' fame spread, King Eurystheus became afraid. Powerful men often create enemies. Famous men create fear. Through divine influence, Heracles was forced into the king's service. This would become the beginning of the legendary labors. But before monsters came, tragedy came first. Under Hera's influence, Heracles lost control of his mind. Madness entered him like poison. Reason disappeared. And in that madness, he committed the act that would follow him forever. He killed his own family. In a single moment, the strongest man in Greece became a broken man. When clarity returned, the horror remained. There was no enemy to blame, no battle to undo, no escape from what had happened. Only grief, only guilt. Heracles withdrew into darkness. He could not face the world. He could barely face himself. But inside that darkness, a decision slowly formed. He could not erase the past. He could not bring back what he had lost. But perhaps he could suffer enough to deserve forgiveness. And so, he accepted the tasks placed before him. From this moment, the true story of Heracles begins. Not only a battle against monsters, but a battle against himself. a journey not only of strength, but of redemption. Are you curious about Hercules' next adventures? Support the channel to continue this journey. Like and subscribe to become part of more mythological stories.